Hello. Hello, everybody. So, we're going to do some WrestleMania predictions. He's going to be recording too, but this is just my part. Um, yeah, so WrestleMania 41's coming up. It's going to be the 21st of April and the 22nd of April.
29th and 20th. Or 19th and 20th.
19th and 20th. 29th and 20th. I was like, what? Sorry,
Yeah,
19th and
my
20th.
bad.
Yeah. At Las Vegas, too.
God, I still wish I went to that, dude.
The Allegiant Stadium. I'm not actually very excited for this WrestleMania. Is that weird?
I'm not either, to be honest. Like, I mean, the hype for last year's WrestleMania was just completely unmatched to what's going on this year.
Yeah. I mean, WrestleMania 40 is in the grand calculus of the numbers is not going to be as important as the previous WrestleMania 40, no matter what they do.
Correct. Yeah. So basically, what's going to be happening here is that we're just going to be going off the matches one by one. Main events are obviously going to be discussed last, and we are also going to discuss the potential Randy Orton match because if you guys know, last Friday Kevin Owens came out on SmackDown and said that he has a neck injury and he'll be gone for a very long time, and possibly, who knows if he'll ever return again.
I think that's partially a work, but it's okay.
Yeah, but either way, he's getting surgery on his neck, and he's going to be gone for an undisclosed amount of time. And people are saying that Randy Orton's probably still going to have a match at Mania, which if he doesn't have a match at Mania, that's just criminal.
He is having a match. Well, he's probably having a match at Mania.
So we're going to discuss that in this video too.
Do you remember the last time when somebody got injured and he didn't have there was a feud build up, but then the other person got injured and that person didn't have a WrestleMania opponent? Do you remember what happened?
I don't remember what happened.
It was WrestleMania 38, and Seth Rollins ended up going against Cody Rhodes at that WrestleMania.
Well, who was supposed to face Seth Rollins, though?
I don't remember. Somebody was.
I don't remember either. I thought it was the whole storyline was pretty much just building towards Cody's return.
I thought that my understanding is that he genuinely didn't have an opponent, and they didn't know what to do, so they actually made it a work. And then over time, they figured out his opponent, and they're like, okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this storyline where he's be like, give me an opponent, I'm like the greatest, whatever. Seth Rollins. I mean, I love Seth Rollins, but in terms of like, all-time wrestlers, if you go the way Bret Hart does it is it goes by look. It's look, promo, and wrestling. So you gotta look good, like you have to have a nice appearance. You have to be good at promos, you be good at talking, and you have to be good at wrestling. And if I were to rank like Seth Rollins, is that he has like a 6 out of 10 look, so he doesn't look amazing. He looks okay. His promos are like 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. His promos aren't very good. That's probably his weakest part. And his wrestling is 10 out of 10. His wrestling is always perfect. But it's like, it is what it is.
I remember reading a report at the time when that whole build-up was happening that Shane McMahon was potentially going to be an opponent of Seth Rollins, and I was like,
that would be super
praying
stupid.
to God that was not going to happen.
I like Shane McMahon, but that was super stupid. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna go backward. I'm not going to put John Cena versus Cody Rhodes first. I'm gonna do that one last.
That's what I was planning on doing. I was doing all the filler matches pretty much and going up to the main event.
I gotta put my food in the oven. I'll be right back. Okay. Um. So. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go off of. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the non-championship matches first, and then go to championship matches, and I'll end with probably John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, because that's what I already have written down right here. So I have the non-title matches, and then the big cards, and then the women's matches, and then the world title matches.
So I'm gonna start off with Rey Mysterio versus Americano.
What a filler match that is, dude. Literally just got announced on Raw tonight. Literally this build up, you can tell just by these filler matches that this build up has been very lackluster in some areas, and this is part of that area.
I think
obviously Rey Mysterio needs a match at Mania, but
I think Rey Mysterio is. I'll just do this one quick. I think Rey Mysterio is going to lose this match. I think if Vince McMahon was in charge, he would win. But I think because Triple H is in charge, I think Rey will lose this match. To the newer guy.
Yeah, and it's a filler match, so it's nothing that really many people really care about. So yeah, I got El Grande Americano.
Yeah, I mean he needs some momentum, and Rey Mysterio is a guy who likes to give back, to wrestling, and he'll probably lose, just to put over Americano. But
you know who Americano is, right?
Yeah, why?
Okay, just making sure. Because if this is a few weeks ago, that would be a question. But I mean, now it's different. So yeah, just making sure.
I didn't know. I had to look it up.
Are you serious, bro? No fucking way you had to
look that up. Listen. I haven't. I don't care. I don't really care about the identity of the mystery man. It's Chad Gable, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Chad Gable. He went to, the storyline is he went to Mexico to learn the ways of being a luchador.
That's so stupid.
It's some stupid shit. Yeah.
So it's just so dumb. But I want Chad Gable to do good. I want him to actually win a title for once. So this kind of sucks because he's not going to win
I'm going to say this right now. Last year, Sami Zayn took Chad Gable's spot at Mania.
I wish it was Chad Gable that went. I like Sami Zayn and all, but dude, come on, put over some not newer guys, but some talent that's been very loyal. That guy has put over everybody. He's put over everybody's mama. Okay, he needs to be put over eventually. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I do not care about this match. Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Not even close. I think Jade Cargill is gonna win. Obviously. At least that's my pick. I don't think Naomi's gonna win this match.
Simple. Jade Cargill's gonna destroy Naomi. I got Jade Cargill.
I don't think it'll be a squash match, but I think Naomi will lose. It won't be a squash match.
It might be a squash match. I don't think the match is gonna last long.
I think that what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, Survivor Series matchup, where it's kind of a squash match, but there was moments in there where you think, oh my god, is Naomi going to win? They're going to do that kind of thing, and then Jade Cargill's going to kick out at 1 or something on the finisher.
That's a good way to say it, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, I got Jade, and so next one,
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, I think.
Yeah, it's that one. So
I'm gonna do the Randy Orton mystery opponent last. I don't really think I have a good idea. I'll guess on what they're gonna do, but I'm not. I'll do that one last.
I have a couple things that I could say for that one. So yeah, we'll take that one last, and that'll probably be the easiest to discuss, anyways.
AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
this match actually has a bit of star power that people just don't realize it. Two wrestlers with two absolutely phenomenal skill sets in the ring, just going at it. I mean, Logan Paul's WrestleMania reputation does say it it's himself. He's faced Seth Rollins. He's faced last year Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a triple threat. In his first WrestleMania match, he was actually in a tag match with The Miz against the Mysterios. Logan Paul in general is actually a very fantastic wrestler. My thing is that AJ Styles has a reputation of very weird WrestleMania matches.
The match against Shinsuke, that one should have been really good.
Yeah, and that one was probably the most disappointing match of in WrestleMania history. But anyway, so
ironically, the best match, at least one of my favorite matches of his WrestleMania. Can you guess like what it is?
At WrestleMania?
Yeah, like I would say my favorite match of his at WrestleMania, and you might not like my answer.
Is it the Shane one?
No.
I was gonna say, because that, in my opinion, that's probably his best match at Mania. Undertaker.
Yes, the Boneyard match.
That was fun, dude. I love cinematic matches.
I really liked that match. It was such a good match for Undertaker, and it was such a good match for AJ. AJ lost that match, and he didn't really lose any steam. He lost steam after that from other things, but that match, I don't think he got buried. That match, I know he kind of got buried, but he didn't literally get. He literally got buried, but he didn't, like, metaphorically speaking, in terms of the grand ladder of WWE. He didn't, lose a spot. He lost a spot later, but not from that match.
I think I'm getting a little sidetracked here.
Trying to think.
Anyways, AJ Styles, Logan Paul. If I had to give my honest opinion about this match, I'm taking Logan Paul, dude. I think AJ Styles gets his third loss at Mania. Or actually, no, it's fourth. It'd be his fourth.
I don't think so. I think Logan Paul loses. I'm gonna say AJ Styles for this one, and I think I have a good reason as to why. I don't think he'll lose again. I think that AJ Styles does AJ Styles have, how many wins does he have at WrestleMania? He beat Chris Jericho. He
lost to Chris Jericho.
He lost? I remember. Oh my God.
He's beating Shane. He's beating Shinsuke. He's beating Randy Orton.
Jeez.
He's beating the New Day.
How many WrestleManias has he lost in a row again?
In a row, I'm pretty sure it's just one. But in total WrestleManias that he's lost 3.
3? That's actually not a bad record.
He's lost to Jericho, he's lost to Undertaker, and he's lost to Edge.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles will win. Mainly because I can think of a reason why Logan Paul might win, because, they're going to try to put over Logan Paul because he's like the new guy and the, I don't think he's new, but, new-ish guy. Give him some steam, but I don't really think that he needs it. I mean, he was already United States champion for a while. And personally,
reign, mind you.
What?
It was a really bad reign.
Well, yeah, he barely defended it, but, I mean, whatever. This match is clearly just for gimmicks. I wouldn't even doubt if it was like a double count out. I wouldn't even doubt it. This match is just to show. I actually think this match will be really good. Surprisingly, I think it'll be a really good match where they'll both do some really crazy spots. Like most Logan Paul matches, because Logan Paul has a lot of his matches choreographed prior, but like heavily choreographed. So he'll be able to. We'll see some cool stuff. But I don't. I think AJ Styles will win, but I also don't really think it matters who wins. if Logan Paul beats AJ Styles, I mean, there's not really any further down AJ Styles can go in the ladder. And if AJ Styles beats Logan Paul, then, I mean, he didn't really lose any steam. You know, he was a United States champion. They'll probably throw him into the Intercontinental Champion, like a championship, bracket soon.
Yeah.
It's not gonna matter whoever wins this match, but it'll be a cool match to watch, I think. So that's my opinion on that.
So final prediction: I got Logan Paul. You got AJ Styles.
Yeah. So the next match that I'm actually the next match that I want to do is the triple threat match, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save that one for second to last. I'm going to go on to the Randy Orton one. The Randy Orton one. So the Randy Orton opponent. Do you think it's Grayson Waller he'll go against?
No, not a chance.
Really?
I think there's a couple different people that we could do, but then again, it's literally just like another open challenge thing.
Do you think, or
so
do
it could
you?
Be anybody.
Well, do you think, or do you want? Like, because I don't want him to go against Grayson Waller, but I wouldn't doubt that that's a direction they would go, just to give him an opponent.
I don't want him to, and I don't think he will. I think this would be the perfect opportunity because there's been vignettes on SmackDown for the past couple weeks. I think this is the perfect time. Huh?
The Wyatt Six?
No.
No? Okay, who?
I think this is the perfect time to bring back Aleister Black because he's under contract now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's actually good. I actually forgot about that, yeah.
So Black has been under contract for... we don't even know, honestly. It might be a week. It might be like a few days. Who knows? But the vignettes have been showing on SmackDown lately, and it's been teasing his return. I would love to see Aleister Black come back. The only interaction that Randy and Aleister Black have had in WWE television was not even on WWE television. It was at a live event.
Yeah, see, I want Aleister Black to come back, obviously, and, it'll be cool to have a match between him and Randy. But the problem with that match is that you don't really want either of them to lose. If Aleister Black loses, then he basically he's getting screwed from the very second he steps in the company. Like, he is getting he instantly loses on his first match back. It's like, but I also really want Randy Orton to win. So it's because, one of the greatest of all time. So I guess.
And I think if it's not Black, I think there's two others that probably could do it. Off the top of my head, at least. I would think one of them is either Rey Fenix. He just debuted last week. Be a nice spot to put him on Mania. Penta's already on the Mania card. So I don't think it would be a shame to have Rey Fenix on the card.
Championship match.
Yeah. And if it's not Phoenix or Black, it would be Miro or Rusev. Because Rusev just came back too.
Yeah.
Not on television, but he just signed a contract. So it could be one of those three. This is my guess. I'm definitely leaning towards Aleister Black though.
I want it to be Aleister Black actually, but they have a few different directions they'll go with. It'd be funny if he just didn't even get an opponent.
It's gonna be like that one moment at WrestleMania, I think 39, where Bobby Lashley won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal after Bray Wyatt got sick.
Well,
and so he ended up not having a match.
What I'm thinking is that if he doesn't have an opponent, or like they don't want him to have an opponent, what they're going to do is they're not going to do nothing with him. What they're going to do most likely is they're going to incorporate him into the Undisputed WWE Championship match or the Triple Threat match. They're going to try to incorporate him into the two main storylines. They're going to do something with him.
That would be the worst idea ever.
Listen, at least the Undisputed Championship match. He might actually be in that if they do nothing with him. I don't doubt that. They've already done promos together. Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. They've done promos together about the championship and about gonna get stabbed in the front kind of thing.
But even then, there's already reports going around that if Cena wins at Mania, it's going to be Cena and Orton at Backlash in St. Louis.
Well, yeah.
That's already penciled in, I guess.
Okay, so, well, you probably shouldn't have said that, because was gonna do that one last. Move on.
Well, that's if Cena wins. They didn't say like
I think Cena's winning,
Cena
but
versus Orton for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's all but confirmed, but talk about it later. The next match is a championship match, and it's the Io Sky versus Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, triple threat for the Women's World Championship.
So I'm not exactly sure if you know this, but Bianca Belair is undefeated at WrestleMania.
I do know that.
So I don't think that's going to be broken anytime soon, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think Bianca Belair wins this one.
I want Rhea Ripley to win, but I think Bianca Belair will win.
I think Io Sky is going to be a huge factor in being Rhea Ripley's kryptonite because Ripley has never beaten Sky at all in any type of match. And I think that's where Bianca Belair is going to take advantage.
It's either going to be an Io Sky upset victory or Bianca Belair is going to barely win. It's my honest thing. I think Rhea Ripley has no chance, if being honest. I want her to win, but she's not. I don't think she's going to win.
Because she's already held the title for over a year.
People actually really want her to win now.
Yeah, but she doesn't need another run as champion, though.
Yeah, but what else is she going to do? And she should.
Yeah, but
she's
all the star power she needs.
In my opinion, she shouldn't even be in this match. Rhea Ripley shouldn't even be in this match. She should be. It should
just be.
Well,
Io and Bianca.
It should be Io and Bianca and Rhea Ripley. Maybe not at WrestleMania, but Rhea Ripley should be in like the other bracket for the WWE Women's Champion. Like the WWE Women's Championship, she should be in that bracket, not in this belt. I don't know. In my opinion, it fits better if she's facing Tiffany Stratton or Charlotte. Not at Mania, but personally, I'd rather her face Tiffany. But
because we've already had Charlotte and Rhea twice at Mania.
Yeah, which they've actually had good matches. So I wouldn't want to have another one of their matches. But I mean, they didn't have a bad match. Neither of their matches were bad. They're surprisingly good.
One at WrestleMania 39.
Surprisingly,
Rhea Ripley destroyed Charlotte Flair.
That was a good match.
Yeah, that was weird. That was 20 minutes of just pure torture too.
I liked that match. I don't care. I liked the match. That was good.
All right, but yeah, I'm taking Bianca.
All right, let's go to the next women's matchup. So I am going to. For the WWE Women's Championship, I think. Here's the thing. I want Tiffany Stratton to win, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to make Charlotte win. And I think I know why.
I was going to say it's an easy answer.
Yes, but I really don't want it to happen. Though
I don't either, but I mean, the women's division is fucking dead on SmackDown, and they need Charlotte Flair.
I hate Charlotte Flair, and I think she'll just kill it more. But I mean, I hate Charlotte so much. Not her wrestling is fine. Her promos are terrible. The worst of any head competitor I have ever seen. Why is Kaiser in my DMs? One of the worst promo artists in the entire out of the main out of everybody on the WrestleMania card. I think that so far she is probably the worst at promos out of everybody. She's either worst or second to worst. She's really close. Even Logan Paul is actually better at promo. Well, actually, he's way better. He's way better. Jacob Fatu is better at promos than Charlotte Flair.
Well, Jacob Fatu is a great smack talker.
I
don't
know
if you've seen his shit on the indies, but he's goated at it.
Yeah, but in WWE, he's kind of had a anti-talking fetish.
I mean, it kind of has to because he can't say that most of the stuff, given that he's on SmackDown. SmackDown still airs on live television.
Yeah.
If it was Netflix, it'd be way different. But yeah.
But I think Charlotte will win, and I think it's a bad thing, but she'll probably win and come back, and I guess give some life to the SmackDown championship, I guess ecosystem. But I mean, I don't think it'll work the way they think.
I think that if anything, if Charlotte does win, the reign's not going to last long.
Yeah.
I think it's immediately going to get tossed to the side by somebody else. Maybe Tiffany Stratton will take it back.
I think that. See, here's the thing. I think that believe it or not, most of the where people are and the what titles they're going after is wrong. Or if it isn't wrong, then they should switch it soon. Tiffany Stratton, if she loses, I don't think she should challenge Charlotte again. She should go into the Women's World Championship ecosystem. She should go there. Rhea Ripley should go to the WWE Women's Championship ecosystem. They should flip flop. I don't know. It just feels wrong.
It could happen, but the only way that it's going to happen, or that WWE is going to let that happen, is if they make trades, like brand trades, which they've already finalized those until the next draft. So it probably won't happen.
I don't I don't like the WWE brand split right now. What they're doing is actually, I don't like it, believe it or not. I liked it when they did it in 2016 and when they did it, in the 2000s. The last few years, every time they've done it, I don't like it. The last couple years, sorry. I don't really like it when they do it. I'd rather them... I like it when they do the brand versus the brand, gimmick. Instead of having these separate brands that just do nothing, this, pretend the other brands don't exist, I like it when they fight against each other, I like the Survivor Series matchups, where it's brand versus brand. I like the bragging rights pay-per-view. Believe it or not, I actually do like that pay-per-view.
I was going to mention something about that. If you're going to keep Survivor Series and not have the SmackDown versus Raw stuff, at least bring back bragging rights for an earlier year pay-per-view and keep Survivor Series for the War Games matches.
Yeah. Well, they've... just every single way they've done it, I don't like. On one hand...
2017 and 2018, it was non-existent, just completely. People just showed up on brands.
Well, they need to...
They didn't announce them.
Well, what they need to do is they need to reevaluate their pay-per-view situations. They need to get rid of some of the useless pay-per-views, and replace it with either better named pay-per-views with different gimmicks, like bragging rights, or just I don't know. It's just they need to... There's a lot of cool ideas that they could do, and I feel like they're not doing them.
I do love the fact that they are doing Saturday night's main event at least once a month or once every 2 months. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other pay-per-views that are just not it. The Clash of the Castle, or what's going to be this year, Clash in Paris. I think that's pointless.
I don't like that pay-per-view at all. I know it's the whole pay-per-view is a spin-off of the WCW pay-per-view.
Clash of Champions or whatever it is.
Yes.
I mean, I guess, but we've already had that in the past too.
On. I'll be right back. They're done. Okay.
Also, do you have the third women's match?
No.
On your list?
No.
Okay, so here, I'll do that one then. So
why is it not on the WWE website?
Because it technically isn't a fully announced match yet, because there has to be an opponent for them. So Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the current WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, and they have a match at WrestleMania against the winners of the Gauntlet match that's going to happen this Friday on SmackDown. And those teams, so there's 6 teams of them, and those teams are Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, and then there's Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. There's Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler of Pure Fusion Collective. There's BFAB and Mia Yim. There's Alba Fire and Piper Niven. And then there's Natalia and Maxine Dupree. For me, there's only two answers.
Probably Bailey.
It's either gonna be Bailey and Lyra, or it's gonna be Carter and Chance.
I'm gonna put my money on Bailey and Ira.
Lyra.
I said Lyra.
But yeah, so it's either one of those two, and then it's gonna make it
Did I
either of
say
those
Ira?
teams against.
Pretty sure I said Lyra. Maybe I don't.
I thought you said Ira.
It doesn't matter.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, so
You're
it's either
probably
of those
right.
teams. Either of those teams. So Lyra, Bailey, or Carter and Chance going against Raquel and Liv Morgan.
I am not happy. I am not looking forward to that match. Believe it or not, I might skip that match during WrestleMania. I might not even watch that match. Being honest.
I'm hoping it's on night 2, so I don't have to watch it. Because I'm not going to be able to watch night 2.
I feel like I'm like upsetting like I don't mean this like an offense against the women in WWE. Why are they getting like shitty storylines? Like the storylines are just really bad with the women right now.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but like...
I mean, the
don't
last
know.
few WrestleManias... I mean, for the record, the last few WrestleManias... I mean, the women still should have gotten more than what they had. But, like, it's like they've gone bankrupt this WrestleMania. I don't know. Just, I can't believe Naomi walked out of the company and then, like, groveled her way back in. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I still think that's funny.
But yeah, anyways, depending on who comes out of the gauntlet match, if it's Bailey and Lyra that win and then go on to face Raquel and Liv, I think Bailey and Lyra will win it. Although Lyra is the current women's intercontinental champion, so that honestly diminishes the idea of them even winning the match. So I'm gonna lean over to Carter and Chance beating Liv and Raquel. And that's my final answer.
Here's my problem. I think all of my answers for who's gonna win are title changes, except for one. There's only one match where I think there is going to be actually two matches where potentially there's going to be a retaining, and that match there and one of those matches might not, and the other one I think there will be. They will retain. Anyway, on to the next one is I'm going to say Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. I think Jacob Fatu is going to win.
No, that's probably an answer too. So yeah, Jacob's been on a roll. He's a main event player, even though he's in the but he is main event level talent. More than I would say LA Knight. He's a bigger dude, but he likes to fly and he likes to throw people around. And he's an angry motherfucker. So yeah, I don't think LA Knight's walking out with the title at all.
They're going to incorporate Jacob Fatu back into the bloodline business soon after he wins the belt back. Not back, but wins the belt, I guess.
Yeah, because right now he's not really in the bloodline vortex. Somehow Tama Tonga still is, and I don't understand that. But Jacob Fatu kind of is not, but he will get back in there. I believe, because Solo Sikoa looks like he's going to miss WrestleMania. So I think after Jacob does win the title, I think Solo's going to fight Jacob.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got Jacob.
I really don't have much to say about this match. I think it'll be... I actually think this match will be subpar, and I think that Jacob will win. I think LA Knight absolutely can wrestle, and I think Jacob Fatu can wrestle, but I don't know. They're just not two people I'd put in a ring together.
Yeah, definitely not what I thought of. I for sure thought it was going to be Jacob versus Solo at Mania.
Yeah, I would have preferred that, being honest.
Yeah.
Intercontinental Championship match: Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. I have my answer for this one already.
Yeah, me too.
I think that I'm gonna do process of deduction. Okay, I'm gonna deduct. I think the two people who aren't going to win this match are Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. I think they will not win this match.
Yeah, they're both of them are for sure not gonna win this match.
I think this is only down to Braun Breaker and Penta, and this is where I said this is one of those matches where I said I think one might retain. What I think is going to happen is Penta is going to win. I think Penta is going to win this match, but I also there's a good chance that Braun Breaker could retain. But I think Penta's going. I think Penta's going to is going to win this match. But I don't know. They're, I don't know. What about you?
I think Penta's probably going to win this match. Although if Braun Breaker did retain, I would not be disappointed.
I like Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker is also a main event talent, in my honest opinion.
He's really good.
And he's probably the fastest superstar in the WWE. And he's one of the most powerful for being, what, like 5'11", not even 6 foot yet, and he's 250 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah, Braun Breaker is, I mean, like, if he does lose, then he needs to be added to a championship bracket. Actually, I do think this is going to happen. Here's what I think is going to happen. Penta's going to win. Braun Breaker is going to go to the World Heavyweight Championship realm. He's going to go there. He's going to compete for that. He might not win, but he's going to compete for it. That's my theory.
I think he should have been there a long time ago, but yeah.
But I think they're going to do it soon. I think that's what I'm thinking is they're going to do it soon. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I could also see. I could also see, Braun Breaker retaining too, and Penta maybe move either Penta staying in the Intercontinental Championship, realm with Braun Breaker, and they have another matchup, like a singles match in the future, which I would have preferred to see a singles match between Braun Breaker and Penta, if I'm being completely honest. But I think that Penta is kind of in an awkward position if he loses, because he can either stay in the Intercontinental Championship bracket, or if he does lose, and I think what he should do is move to actually, no, I don't think he should do that. That would be a bad idea. I would say move to the United States Championship, but LA Knight's going to lose. If LA Knight wins somehow, which I don't think is going to happen, but if he somehow wins, then what should happen is Penta is moved to go against LA Knight, and he beats LA Knight, is what I'm thinking. But I think Penta should just win the Intercontinental belt, in my opinion. And then Braun Breaker gets an upgrade. He gets to go to the World Heavyweight Championship bracket, and he gets to compete for that, which hopefully he wins. It'll be good, for the company if he wins, I think.
It's kind of weird to mistake Braun Breaker for a good guy, because what WWE is kind of classifying him as right now is a tweener, which is kind of a neutral.
Yeah, I know. He's like the Stone Cold, kick everybody's ass and leaves kind of thing.
Practically. So he's neither nor a heel nor a face. But it looks like he's been doing a lot of good guy stuff lately, because him and Penta have been beefing with the Judgment Day a lot lately. But yeah, no, I think process of elimination easily is going to be Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio butt heads. That's kind of been a constant thing these last couple weeks, and that's going to give Penta an upper hand on Breaker.
Yeah. So here's the environment, the environmental storytelling that's going to happen. Environmental storytelling. Well, I don't know if that's the right word for it, but what's going to happen is the Judgment Day is going to break down during this match. Storyline wise, they're going to lose this match. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, they're going to butt heads during the match, and they're going to lose. And this is going to basically spark a Judgment Day falling out in the future. It's going to be this is the beginning of the end for Judgment Day. For being honest, they're too far gone at this point anyway. They've pretty much died ever since Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest haven't been in the group. Yeah. But this time it's really probably going to die.
Speaking of Damian Priest, there's a match we forgot.
Oh yeah, who's he going against?
Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in a street fight.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. why are they going against each other? This is a really random match.
Some sort of beef. I mean, Damian Priest eliminated McIntyre from the Rumble, and Damian Priest also
I don't
eliminated Drew McIntyre from the Elimination Chamber before Cena came out.
I'm so lost. Why isn't this on the website?
I have no idea. It's not on Wikipedia either. Are you looking on Wikipedia?
I'm looking at the WWE website, which there's no excuse. It should be on here.
Yeah, because they literally said that they're going to fight. Damian Priest literally challenged Drew McIntyre.
At WrestleMania?
And it's already penciled in.
Wow, that's... See...
What I know.
See... yeah, I don't know. It's not on here. Anyway, I think that Drew McIntyre shouldn't even be in this match. I'm gonna say I don't even like this match at all. Being honest, I'm gonna hate this match.
I don't think I'm gonna dislike it, but I don't understand why people back at the Royal Rumble, when there was like articles and shit coming out that Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre were gonna fight at WrestleMania, and it was gonna be like a low ball match, is what people like called it, or there was some like very like degrading term that was describing the match that Drew McIntyre himself was like furious about. So I'm surprised they're even still going with this match. I like both guys. I don't really care who wins, but if I were to guess who's gonna win this, I probably have to say Drew McIntyre, because he's been screwed all of last year by Damian Priest.
Here's I think it's Drew McIntyre. For the record, I don't think this match should even happen. At least not at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre is a main event caliber wrestler. He has been shafted the last 2 years. He's been just completely thrown out of the limelight. The only time he got his WrestleMania moment was, I mean, I don't count WrestleMania 40, but the only time he got his WrestleMania moment was WrestleMania 36, where there was no fans during COVID. Like, this guy has had the worst luck imaginable.
Yeah.
I think that regardless of whatever the fucking, I think Drew McIntyre should win, and he's thrown back in the main event. And I like Damian Priest. I do not think Damian Priest is a main eventer. That's the sad truth. That's just what I believe. I don't think he's a main event talent. I think he's really good, but he's not like in the same realm with CM Punk or Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. He's not up there yet. He needs some more time to really hone in his skills if he is going to make it, which I don't know. I'm not sure.
Priest has already been a main event talent like for a couple
pay-per-views
when he was world champion.
When he was world champion, yeah. But even then, that was like a lackluster reign.
Yeah, because he faced Seth twice, I think, or once. No, he faced Jay once, Seth once, and then Drew once, and then Drew got screwed out of that, and then he lost it to Gunther. Okay, so yeah.
Which, I mean, Gunther's reign, off the first day was already going to be better. We already knew it's going to be better than Damian Priest. I don't hate Damian Priest or anything, but like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Damian Priest, he's not bad at promos, and he's not even bad at wrestling. It's just that he's like okay, He's not he's not as good at wrestling as Gunther, and he's not good at promos as Jey Uso. He's not good at either. He's not good enough at either position. Why was he even in the World Heavyweight Championship bracket? Like, the World Heavyweight Championship, bracket right now, upgraded so hard than when it did, 6 months ago, or even, a year ago. It upgraded so hard. Now we actually have, it feels like I'm hating Damian Priest. I don't mean make it sound like that. But now we actually have, really, really main event talent right now in World Heavyweight Championship bracket. Which I think leads us to the next one, which is the World Heavyweight Championship match. I think Gunther is going to retain. Really? Honest.
I think Jay's going to win.
I think Gunther's going to retain. I understand, though, why you feel that way.
Because I think Gunther has pissed Jay off to the point where he no longer doubts himself. It's like the Sami Zayn shit with last year.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it again. I think Gunther will win this time.
I would be disappointed
he will not
if they
lose
didn't
again.
do it.
I don't
I
think.
wouldn't be disappointed if they didn't pull the trigger on Jey Uso to become world champion.
Here's my hot take. I think that Gunther's going to retain, but he will lose. Either if he does win, he's either going to lose at next year's WrestleMania against somebody like Jey Uso, or he's going to lose in the pay-per-views leading up to that. He's not going to keep it for another year if he wins. But I think he should win. I would prefer if he won this match, and Jey Uso beats him at another pay-per-view. I would prefer that.
If you asked me 8 months ago after Gunther won the title of who he would lose it to, if you asked me 8 months ago, I would have said John Cena. But Cena's in a completely different area now.
So I like that didn't happen.
Or if
I think they would have a good match, but
again, if all the Vince McMahon shit didn't come out, I would love to see Brock Lesnar kick Gunther's ass for that title.
That would have been a good match.
That would have been a banger match.
You know what would have been cool though? Maybe not now, but like a few years ago, a WrestleMania match between John Cena and Brock Lesnar. That would have been cool. Because we never got them in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It would have been nice. It's interesting actually. There's a couple matches that you'd think happened at WrestleMania and never happened. There's never been a singles match between John Cena and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. There's never even been a singles match between John Cena and Edge at WrestleMania, which is crazy. They had a triple threat match with Big Show at WrestleMania 25, but they never went against each other.
Correct.
Like in a singles match, which is fucking crazy. They should have gone against each other. Big Show never should have been in that triple threat match at WrestleMania 25.
No, he shouldn't have.
That was the stupidest. That match could have been 5 stars. Dave Meltzer, the wrestling shill, would have rated that 5 stars if Big Show was not in that match. I will say that match had one of the coolest spectacles ever in sports, and it's where John Cena, it wasn't very long, it was just for like less than a second, but John Cena lifted both Big Show and Edge. That was really cool. Really cool moment.
That match should have main evented because literally when Triple H and Randy Orton came on right after, the crowd was dead silent.
Yeah. That match.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, that.
Well, I mean,
that match could have been. That match should have been amazing, but unfortunately, it was not. I think now it's the triple threat match.
Yeah, I was getting sidetracked here. So I got Jey Uso, you got Gunther in the world title match. Yeah. I think I wouldn't be disappointed if Gunther won and retained the title, but I think Jey Uso's chances of him winning the title would be increasingly higher if Jimmy Uso was in one of the mid-card matches.
Yeah, where is Jimmy Uso? He's not in the card, he's not even getting a match?
I have no idea.
Maybe they'll probably incorporate him into the triple threat match somehow. I'm thinking. They're not going to do nothing with him. That'd be really disrespectful.
I would have had Jimmy Uso go straight with LA Knight and Jacob.
He's either going to help, he's going to be in a match with with a member of the bloodline. So he's probably going to be, I'm thinking it's the triple threat match. He's going to interfere. He's going to maybe not help Roman win, but he's going to try to help Roman win. And then, that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking might happen. I think he'll be there at least. He might be like Roman's manager, like what I'm thinking is going to happen is, I guess we'll segue to the triple threat match between Roman and CM Punk and Seth Rollins. What I think is going to happen is Paul Heyman is going to accompany and be the manager of CM Punk, like it was said on SmackDown. I think that's going to happen, obviously, but I think that Jimmy Uso will be in the place of Paul Heyman for Roman Reigns. He'll be walking down with Roman Reigns. He'll be kind of like the side chick with nothing to do.
I mean,
yeah,
that definitely is a possibility, but I don't see Jimmy Uso getting involved with Roman at all at WrestleMania. I think he'd be more involved with Jay, given what happened the last couple weeks. I think Roman's just going alone in this match.
Well, maybe, I don't know.
It'd be way better if Roman went alone.
I don't know.
I see the Punk with Heyman shit, like that makes sense. It's long-term storytelling.
I don't think that I don't see what what Jimmy would even do in the Gunther versus Jey Uso match. I don't know how they'd incorporate him. Like, I don't know what
Well,
he would even would he manager? Would he be a manager of Jey Uso? Just fucking scream in a corner for like an hour?
Probably just interfere because did you see Gunther literally almost
Yeah, but
kill Jimmy Uso last week?
Yeah, but Jey Uso is a face.
Yeah, so
I don't think they do it that way. He's a face.
Jimmy is too.
Yeah, but well, that's exactly why another reason why I don't think that'll happen, because they're both faces. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me for, you know, they're faces. They wouldn't. I don't think they would do that. I don't think they'd cheat, I guess.
I don't know. It really all depends.
Unless they're doing a heel turn, which I don't think they would do, because Jay. Listen, if Jey Uso, this isn't even a question. Jey Uso is staying face after this match. He's too hot on, you know, being a face. He's too hot. He's going to stay a face at least for a while, for the foreseeable future. And if Jay doesn't change, then Jimmy's definitely not changing. Or if he does, then it's just he's gonna be turning on his own brother, which I don't think will happen because he got demolished by Gunther. Even
then, it wouldn't happen again because that was a shit show 2 years ago. When that happened.
That was a terrible match as well.
At WrestleMania, yeah, that was awful.
40, yeah, the WrestleMania 40 match that should have been really good.
Yeah,
I actually thought the match was going to be okay, and it managed to disappoint me really bad. So the triple threat match, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. I think I don't have a solid pick for this match. I have a semi-solid pick. I'm thinking that CM Punk is going to win. That's my theory.
That was my first take.
But
just because if they insert him into the main event of WrestleMania, I don't understand why he would lose.
But I also think that if CM Punk doesn't win, then Roman Reigns is going to win. I don't think Seth Rollins is going to win this match at all. I don't even think he has any chance.
Won't win at all.
He has no chance.
It's either going to be Punk or Reigns.
The only I can't see a single thing like that they can actually do if Seth Rollins wins. I can't see a single storyline that makes sense after Seth Rollins wins. It doesn't make any sense for him to win. This isn't even for a championship. Seth Rollins does not need this win. He has no storyline reason for him to win. They're trying to make one right now, actually, with what happened on Raw tonight. They're trying to make one with how he said, now you owe me a favor, you know, to Paul Heyman. They're trying to make a storyline reason for Seth Rollins to win, but I don't think it will work. You know, it shouldn't work, at least. It's just there's two Roman Reigns. It makes sense if Roman Reigns wins because Roman Reigns has Paul Heyman as the mouthpiece. In storyline, Paul Heyman was in the dumps after, you know, what happened, after he fell out with Brock Lesnar, and he was in the dumps after that, and then Roman Reigns, you know, raised him up into the island of relevancy. He brought him to the island of relevancy, and he's like, now he's the Roman's top level glazer. He basically glazes him at every chance he gets. You know, it makes sense that Roman Reigns wins this match because it's like the battle of Paul Heyman. That's basically what this match is. It's the even Seth Rollins tried to get in on it like this Monday. It's the battle of Paul Heyman. That's what this match is. And which I like, actually. I really like, because I like Paul Heyman. But I think it only makes sense. It only really makes sense for CM Punk to win because of the long-term storytelling, all that jazz. But I know it's not going to happen. But I would really like CM Punk to win and turn heel. I would love it so much. I'm a sucker for heel Punk.
Fair.
I'm a sucker for heel Punk. He wins. He low blows Roman in the triple threat match. It's no disqualification. He low blows Roman and wins with the distraction from Paul Heyman. He wins against Roman Reigns and he pins Roman himself. Paul Heyman
turning heel.
Paul Heyman
turning on Reigns.
Paul Heyman turns on Reigns and helps Punk win in the end. and it's and I think that Roman Reigns does not need Paul Heyman anymore. He doesn't. There was a time where he did. There was a time where he did. You know, when coming out of the big dog era, he definitely needed Paul Heyman. He was not good on the mic at all. His promos went from a 5 out of 10 to a 9 out of 10 with Paul Heyman. Now he's like a 9 out of 10 in his promos. He does promos really fucking good. He upped his promo game 1,000x. You know, he did, his promos are so much better than they are now than they were, you know, like four years ago. Yeah, I just I don't think he needs Paul Heyman anymore. The only time Paul Heyman will actually be involved with Roman Reigns is I mean, it's unnecessary. He's just there to be the hype man. Completely unnecessary. But I'm glad he's there, but it's not needed. But I could see CM Punk winning, and I would want him to turn heel. I don't think it's happening, but I would want him to turn heel. I'd want Paul to turn on Roman. CM Punk beats Roman with the distraction from Paul, and I hope maybe Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman split up, or they go on to a storyline where Roman Reigns tries to forgive Paul, that kind of thing. But CM Punk, I think CM Punk will win this match regardless.
I'm still trying to think who I want to pick here.
This match is good for me because I want to pick Punk, and I think Punk's going to win.
Fuck it. I'll go Roman Reigns then. This is just my gut feeling right now. What I'm thinking. I'm probably going to be wrong by the time it comes around, but I mean...
You could be right. I don't know. You could be right.
And this isn't biased because Roman Reigns is my favorite wrestler right now, but like...
Really?
I have no idea, honestly, who to pick between Roman and Punk.
Roman Reigns is your favorite wrestler right now?
Yeah, even though he's a part-timer, but I love Roman. Roman's been one of my favorites ever since he debuted.
Roman Reigns, he's definitely up there, but Roman Reigns never really connected with me, being honest. Like, I could totally see what people like, because I think he's great. Like, he's one of the best, but he's not even close to my favorite, I guess. It's weird. I have this weird relationship with not with Roman Reigns, sorry. A weird relationship with my ranking of Roman Reigns. Because he's a top three. I think he's top 3 in the company right now, but I also think that he's not top 3 in my favorite wrestlers right now. He's not top 3 like in the company. He's not top 3, because he's just not my favorite. But I think he's really good. I think he's great, one of the best. But it's weird. I don't know how to feel about it. Seth Rollins says, I think that we can collectively agree that Seth Rollins has 0 chance of winning this match. It doesn't even make sense.
Seth Rollins says at most maybe 20%.
I don't even think it's 20% is actually close to...
That's just me being generous.
Well, 20% is actually close to his normal rate, because his normal rate of winning this match is about 33. I don't even think I think he has a 5% chance of winning this match. There's no reason for Seth to win this match. Or, you know what maybe could happen is if Roman wins. Here's the finish. I'm going to predict finishes, and I'll let you predict your finish after. My finish for if CM Punk wins, Paul Heyman's going to turn on Roman, and CM Punk is going to beat Roman Reigns. He's going to beat Roman, not Seth. I think he will beat Roman Reigns in the ring. I think he'll pin Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins out of the ring, like dead on the ground. Maybe through a table. Maybe like Seth Rollins got put through a table or something. But either way, CM Punk walks out, which is actually what I think is going to happen. CM Punk walks out the winner. There's no title for this match, so this match doesn't really have huge consequences in terms of like, you know, as in, for the record, the night after night 2 WrestleMania on Monday Night Raw, not much is going to change from this match. Not much. They're still going to hate each other. They're probably going to have another match in the future. It's not, obviously it's important, but it's not like that important. It's one of the least impactful matches on the card. As much as I like it, I'm going to like this match. It's going to be awesome. But it's one of the least significant matches on the card. It's not for a championship. It's 3 people who hate each other, that we know hate each other. They're not going to side with each other. They're going to forever, you know, hate each other in this match.
It's all star power. That's all it is.
What I think is going to happen if Roman wins is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I don't think Paul Heyman will have anything to do with CM Punk losing. Even if CM Punk loses, I don't think Paul Heyman will have done a thing about it. I think what'll happen is Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will team up against CM Punk in the match and just murder him. Like, not literally kill him in the ring, but like, you know, put him through through like 2 tables, just team up, because Roman Reigns hates Seth Rollins, okay? But Seth Rollins really hates CM Punk, and Roman Reigns does also hate CM Punk, like, a lot. They all hate each other. But I could, you know, as members of the Shield, as former members of the Shield, I could see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins teaming up, at least towards the end of the match, teaming up with each other for a little bit to just try to kill Punk. And they take Punk out of the matchup, and because it's a match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns is going to win every single time if it's a singles. Like, if they're just going against each other one-on-one, Roman Reigns is going to win. That's what I think is going to happen if Roman wins. So that's just my take.
I could see something similar happening to that. I don't really have like a specific way that the match is going to end, but my gut feeling does say Roman Reigns is going to win this.
Listen, yeah.
I just don't have any explanation of how he would win it. I will say, though, that this match definitely deserves the main event over Gunther and Jey Uso.
Is it not?
It is.
I was like, is it not? As I thought it was. It's kind of sad though that the second championship of the WWE, you know, like the other main event championship, isn't even in the main event.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like we haven't seen that before.
I know, but it's stupid. It would have been cooler if the World Heavyweight Championship was incorporated into the triple threat match, but at the same time, I like Gunther as champion. I do like Gunther as champion, so it's like it's awkward.
And I don't think Roman Reigns is, besides Punk and Rollins, because they're both on Raw, Roman Reigns isn't going to affiliate with anybody else on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got one more.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, the last one. This one, it's pretty clear who I think will win. I'm pretty dead set on one winner. It's who I want them to win, and I think they will win. Because it's not what we expect, and it actually makes sense. I'll let you do your takes first, because I kind of monopolized the time a little bit the last one.
So this isn't going to be just a fair one-on-one match. There's going to be some shit that's going to go down for real. I do have a huge belief that The Rock will show up because he hasn't been seen on television since Elimination Chamber. I do think The Rock is going to do something. But I feel like if The Rock does something else is going to happen to counteract The Rock. bold statement here, but remember last year when obviously, the main event of WrestleMania and shit, there's a bunch of interferences going back and forth, and there was the Undertaker. Obviously, everybody knows by this point, it wasn't supposed to be the Undertaker at first. It was originally supposed to be Steve Austin, and due to scheduling conflicts, Steve Austin could not make it. So luckily, they had the Undertaker WrestleMania weekend, and he decided to come out and help Cody Rhodes win the title.
You're thinking Stone Cold is going to have something to do with this new WrestleMania match?
I have a firm belief that Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to show up. But I still think Cena's winning.
I think that I'm kind of tired of this whole WrestleMania main event where everybody shows up and it's like a bloodline rules match. Everybody shows up. Just remember, this match is not no disqualification.
It's not.
So, can't we have a WrestleMania main event where there's no interferences? Or if there is interferences, it's not like... I liked WrestleMania 40's ending. I thought it was a really good match, like between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I thought it was really good. But we've had 3 WrestleManias back to back to back. Oh, sorry, 4 if this one does happen, which I think it probably will happen. 4, WrestleMania 38, WrestleMania 39, WrestleMania 40, and WrestleMania 41, where the main event of those matches, like the main event of the WrestleManias, was riddled with interference.
WrestleMania 38 had one?
Sorry, not WrestleMania 38. 39, 40, and 41, sorry. WrestleMania 39, 40. Yeah, you're right. They interfered, though, in WrestleMania 39. They were interfered in WrestleMania 40, I mean, I'm thinking that, maybe not the Usos, but I'm thinking that somebody will interfere in this match, and I don't want that to happen because I'm really annoyed by that. Like I think a one-on-one match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena will be really good. They should just keep it at that. It's one-on-one, and The Rock should show up, but it should be no more than a distraction or something. Like, he distracts Cody, he doesn't give him a fucking rock bottom, or if he does show up, it's at the end, and he gets in the ring after the match is over, it gives him the rock bottom. I feel like these like constant interferences are like, right now they're okay, or like before I accept them, whatever, I accept them. Now it's going to ruin matches if they keep doing it. It's actually going to ruin matches. Not like as in the like, oh, I'm so upset that they interfered. Not like that, but more like how it was a really good wrestling match, and then it's like writing on the wall, somebody's going to interfere, boom, rock bottom. He's fucking dead in the ring or something. It's just it's just really, that's my hot take. But I think that if you put a gun against my head, I definitely think John Cena is gonna win.
I don't see a scenario where Cena does not win this match.
Here's the thing. This is Cena's last WrestleMania, so I God damn it. I don't really want this to be Cena's last WrestleMania match, dude. What I want to happen is Cena wins, but then he goes on to keeps the title for a fucking year. I want him to keep the title for a year and bury talent. I want him to go on a giant heel run until WrestleMania 42, where he is beaten by somebody. I don't know who yet, but he loses to somebody. And I want him to lose then, not at 41, because I don't want Cena's retirement match to be a random ass backwater pay-per-view like Backlash.
Right, but unfortunately, he ain't gonna make it to WrestleMania next year, which sucks again. But I mean,
what is it like? Like, when is he gonna lose it? Like, if he wins, I don't even understand. Is he gonna lose it the next night on Raw?
I mean, he made a bold ass claim saying that he's gonna win the title at WrestleMania and he's gonna retire with it.
That's what he said. That's what he said, but I don't think that's actually what that means. I think what he means by that is he's going to like like the rest of his entire tenure is him burying talent and proving that nobody's worthy and then taking the title. I don't think it means like he's just never going to wrestle again after WrestleMania.
Well, yeah, no, he's gonna wrestle after WrestleMania.
Well, that's kind of, yeah, but obviously once he gets the title, he's not going to immediately retire. He's going to wrestle and then he's going to lose it eventually, and then he retires. His last match, his last
match at the end of the year.
His last match is inevitably going to be a loss.
Most likely.
It's going to be a loss. He's not going to lose the championship and then have like a match, and then his last match is going to be a no championship match, like a random match on the card. It's going to be a championship match. That's going to be his last match. And personally, I think that he should win, and I want him to win. I want John Cena to win. I love Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is great. He's literally, in my opinion, the next John Cena, I guess, for like the newer youngins, I guess. And I totally understand why, because no bias, don't be biased here. Cody Rhodes is really good. He's not John Cena level yet, but he's on track. Okay, he can get there in the next like 10 years. He can get there. 5-10 years. But I think Cody Rhodes loses, and he'll get it back later, but not now. He needs to lose. John Cena takes it, and then maybe Cody Rhodes retains at like, I don't know, just retains the title sometime in this year. Preferably, maybe they have like a rematch at the end of the year, Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and Cody Rhodes wins. That's okay with me, but I think this match, John needs to win. He needs to at least beat Ric Flair's record. Alleged record, kayfabe record. It's not actually his record. Ric Flair has way more title wins than that. But
Ric Flair is like 23.
He has more than that, but yeah, he's like 23. He has more than 16, but his kayfabe wins are 16. John Cena needs to beat the kayfabe Ric Flair title reigns. Yeah, I think that's my take.
Literally, in all honesty, Ric Flair himself now is just completely irrelevant, in my honest opinion. And after that, just for that reason alone, that's why I think Cena should break the record.
I think I like Ric Flair, so I'm not gonna say much. I think he seems like a nice guy from everything I've seen. I don't know if there's any clips recently where he said something racist or something. I hope not, because he seems like a nice guy. And I think that everything he's doing right now, where he's having these new matches and all that, I think WrestleMania 24 against Shawn Michaels should have been his last match ever. Ever. That should have been his last match forever. That was a perfect way to end the career of Ric Flair, and he just kept wrestling. And you know what? I respect that. I respect it. He wants to continue doing what he loves, even at how old he is. He wants to keep going, and I understand that, but he shouldn't. He should have stopped. 20 years ago. Like 17 years ago.
Trying to figure this out because I'm trying to like look into the future after Cena wins. Because Cena's for sure, if Cena wins the title, he's for sure facing Randy Orton at Backlash. I just don't know who else he'd face, but either way, yeah, we both have pretty unsimplistic answers because we all know this is probably going to happen. Cena's going to win.
Yeah.
And I have no other reasoning behind that other than Cody Rhodes had a good reign. Cena's bound to break the record. Lakers in 5. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Cena in 5.
I'm thinking that Cena, obviously his last match, his last match Just maybe his last match will be at like Survivor Series or something.
It's going to be at a pay-per-view in December, and there's rumors going around that are naming it around him.
That makes sense.
And obviously, there's nothing penciled in yet, but it's supposedly called Ruthless Aggression.
That should be a pay-per-view. I hope they keep that. If they do make that a pay-per-view, I hope they keep it like forever. Because that's a really
we don't have a December pay-per-view on the calendar anymore.
TLC was so lame. It was such a lame pay-per-view.
Dude, no, fuck TLC and fuck Ruthless Aggression. Bring back Armageddon.
I like Armageddon, but I also do like Ruthless Aggression. I like both of those. They should do one of those. They both work. I think they should do that. I think they should do them.
Yeah, because there's I'm looking at the schedule right now for pay-per-views, and not everything's labeled.
This match, this year, in my opinion, after John Cena wins, hoping he does, after he wins, they should make this year like a Triple H's Reign of Terror kind of like run. This year is John Cena's Reign of Terror. He's going to bury everybody. He's going to bury talent. He's literally going to have, I'm telling you, he needs to have like a fucking squash match against Seth Rollins or something. He needs to go against somebody who's really good, and he has to absolutely bury them. He has to squash them. He has to, bring out the Super Cena. He's got to kill everybody. He has to. But we need to see Super Cena, where he has the golden shovel and he buries people. We need to see that back again.
I'm trying to look right now at the roster to see what matches would be good.
I don't want to say bury Seth Rollins, but what I mean is because obviously if Seth Rollins has been around for so long, he's not going to be buried. He's a main event caliber talent. John Cena could there could be a video posted online of Seth Rollins getting fingered by Becky Lynch, and he won't get fired. He's been in the company for too long. And I mean, if the company could forgive Hulk Hogan for saying the N-word 1,000 times, there's nothing that can happen to Seth Rollins that will pull him out of the main event, of the scene of, and that's just outside wrestling. Inside wrestling, nothing can happen. He could be murdered by John Cena in the ring with a literal shovel, beaten to death, actually to death. He dies in the ring, and a month later, they'll still try to trying to give him CPR and stuff to revive him to go into the next pay-per-view, main event, because Seth Rollins is a main eventer. They need to do somebody like Seth Rollins, or maybe multiple opponents. He needs to go against these people, and he needs to squash them. It's very important. It has to be a squash match. Or if it's not, John Cena has to look really good. It can't be that close. It can't be a really close match until his last one. His last match needs to be close, obviously, and he's going to lose, so but it needs to be close. But I think, if I'm being honest, I think John Cena should do two things. After he wins, most likely he's going to go against Roman Reigns during the year. Eventually, he will go against Roman Reigns during a pay-per-view, and I think he will win. John Cena will beat Roman, and I hope he does because it'll make sense. And
he needs to get back.
He needs to get back, and it'll make sense because this John Cena, heel John Cena, needs to have some grit. Okay, he needs to edge grit. He needs to be. He literally went from John Cena, and if you actually watch his promo, obviously he did, but on last Monday and the Monday before that, he literally turned into Edge. He's literally Edge. The heel persona of John Cena, I was always right. The reason why Edge and John Cena was one of the greatest rivalries of all time, in my opinion, is the best rivalry ever. Edge versus John Cena, the best rivalry ever, is because they are exactly opposites. Everything that John Cena is, Edge is not. Everything Edge is, John Cena is not. Heel John Cena is an inversion of the actual John Cena. He literally turned into Edge. If you look at Edge's promos, they are identical. If I pulled up two videos, one of Edge's promos, I think it would get copyrighted, so I'm not going to. But if I pulled up one video of Edge's promos and one video of John's recent heel promo, you will see how similar they are. It's just, John Cena hopefully beats Roman Reigns at a pay-per-view. And being honest, I hope it's a little close, but I hope it's not that close. Like, I hope John Cena clearly wins. I hope it's not barely. Like, John Cena needs to, he needs to pull out Super Cena, and he needs to be sorry for The Rock, but he needs to be the final boss of 2025. He has to demolish everybody, including Roman Reigns. It just doesn't work. If I'm okay with this match and his last match being close. Every other match has to be either a squash match or John has to obliterate his opponent in under 20 minutes. Or if it's over that time, John is just torturing his opponent.
I'm trying to just figure out what opponents that needs to happen.
He has lost too much.
Randy Orton. Roman Reigns definitely needs to happen. I think CM Punk might be penciled in for SummerSlam.
I hope so. This will be really good if that. I think the opponents that are going to happen this year are going to be. I think Cody Rhodes will get another pay-per-view this year. I think he will get another pay-per-view and he will lose again. But I think he'll lose, and then the next person who gets the championship in December, whoever gets the championship back in December from John Cena, will lose it to Cody Rhodes, or Cody Rhodes will at least compete for it. But I think he's going to go against John Cena again and lose. I think Roman Reigns is going to go against him and lose. CM Punk is going to go against him and lose. I think Seth Rollins will go against him and lose. I think that if Gunther loses, I think Gunther's going to lose against John Cena, being honest. They're going to have a match. I think Gunther's going to lose. And I think for the Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view, or whatever December pay-per-view they actually go with, I think it doesn't... I think that... I don't know whose opponent's going to be in December. It has to be somebody who... Gosh, I don't know. I really... See, this is the problem. I don't know who can win against John Cena in December. He needs to lose, but I can't tell you who wins.
AJ Styles? Fuck, I don't know.
No.
AJ Styles needs to happen this year.
I know AJ Styles needs to be... Because AJ Styles is such a good wrestler. He shouldn't be down this long. But AJ Styles should not be the John Cena's last match. It doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me, brother.
Braun Breaker for sure should happen this year.
Well, here's what I'm thinking, is that there's going to be a pay-per-view this year where John Cena is going to win, and it's not going to be a singles match. He's probably going to be like a fatal 4-way or like a fatal 5-way or like a triple threat match where Braun Breaker will be there. But I think that he won't have a one-on-one match with Braun Breaker.
Fair.
But I think, remember, John Cena is going to have more than like 9 opponents this year. He's going to have more than 9. Obviously, he for Elimination Chamber, he went against 5 other people, and he's also going to go against. Most likely, he's going to go against at least a person every single pay-per-view until after December, until the end of December. But there's also probably going to be a fatal 4-way match or a triple threat match that John will be involved in, and he will he'll win. Where hopefully it's a squash match. I hope he wins really good. I hope he doesn't just instantly, I hope he doesn't really lose. But that being said, there's also a chance that he might lose this match, which doesn't make any sense to me, but you never know. They might go that direction where Cody retains, and then John Cena faces Cody Rhodes in December at the Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view.
I will say if Cody Rhodes wins against Cena at WrestleMania, there's going to be a lot of backlash.
Well, I think if he wins, and I think what they'll do is John Cena... Well, here's what I think is going to happen. If Cody Rhodes wins, I think in December, they will go against each other again at John Cena's pay-per-view, and John Cena will win and literally retire with the belt. He will literally retire with the belt. Like, as in what he was saying, how he's going to retire with the belt, he will retire with it. That's the only storyline that I could see them doing that makes sense. But I would rather him win.
Right.
But I don't even hate that storyline where he retires with the belt in December. Like, he straight up just retires with the championship. That doesn't bother me, actually. I not only could see that happening, I would kind of like that. But I would like it more if Cena wins and then demolishes everybody this year. This is Cena's year. He's lost so much. He's been on such a losing streak up until Elimination Chamber. He needs to win.
Oh, enough said.
Look at this guy. His fucking stupid smile.
What?
It's John Cena. He's a heel, but he's smiling at the camera like he's a face on the WrestleMania poster.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't think he's done any heel photo shoots yet.
You want me to be honest? I hope he gets a bad guy theme song, or he goes back to like the Thugonomics theme song, or it's a different theme song. I love his theme song and it's great, but heel John needs to like a menacing like remix of his. It needs to be a remix, but like a menacing like dark remix of his song.
Yeah. Here, I'm trying to pull something up.
He used to. They made one for him like years ago. Like after he lost The Rock at WrestleMania 28, they were gonna make one for him.
They were bound to do the heel turn.
They were trying to do the heel turn, and they actually made a song for him. I don't remember what it is or like where it is. I don't want to play it because copyright. But
I don't think they actually have it, but
I think they were either gonna make it or they did make it. I think John Cena said in the interview with CVV that it was made. A song was made. And if I remember correctly, they listened to it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now. I share my screen.